Welcome to the May presentation by the Resident Council. I'm Fran Baker, the President of the Resident Council now, and today we're going to hear from Laurie Johnson, Vice President of Human Resources, and she's going to share information about the recent Associates Satisfaction Survey. That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
There you go, Laurie.
Thank you, Fran. I will move out of frame so we can look at the PowerPoint, but I'm thrilled to be here and happy to share the great results that we had in December. So this is the second year that we are utilizing We Care Connect for our survey partner. And with this, our survey was done December 1st through December 15th. All associates that were hired on or before August 1st of last year were invited to participate. And I was thrilled that we had 80% of our associates that participated. You know, it's not always easy when we have PRN folks. They're not always working during the time frame of a survey. So 80% is great, and as we all recall, it was during the year of COVID. And so we were very busy taking care of all of our residents and each other. This year, we still had the same 25 questions that we had in 2019, but we added in some COVID-related questions. We will use these questions again this December of 2021. When we take the survey. This survey is not anonymous. So in 2019, it was quite a shift for some of our very tenured associates to participate in a survey that was not anonymous. But the reason we do this is because we want to hear from every associate, every individual, and we want to know if there by chance is a concern, who do we go to talk about it? It really is about that transparency in ensuring that our associates' needs are being met. So we started with We Care Connect actually in early 2018 with our new hires, and we use this survey tool still to this day, and our new hires were very comfortable with this survey because they take it at 2 weeks, at 45 days, at 75 days, and again at 6 months. So let's get into the results. So overall responses, and this was a scoring of 1 to 5, and these questions with a 1 was not satisfied or very poor, all the way up to 5 where they're completely satisfied or excellent. So the question being your level of comfort going to your supervisor with a concern or a problem. We combined 4s and 5s together because those are very high ratings, and that combination of 4s and 5s was 89% of our associates feel very comfortable going to their supervisor, which exceeded the previous year of 84%. So that in the pink is from 2019. The level of good guidance and leadership your supervisor provides, 88% of our associates agree there's good guidance. Again, an increase from 2019 of 82%. Your relationship with your supervisor, 89%, another increase from the previous years. And as we're looking through these first 4 questions, the next one being the frequency of feedback from your supervisor, 4s and 5s equated to 88%, a 7% increase from 2019. We want to make sure that our associates have that relationship not only with residents, but with their coworkers and with their supervisors. That's important because if you have that relationship, then you love coming to work. You love the job that you do, the work that you provide, and you feel that you're part of a community. And we're about building community. The associate benefit package covers my needs. We went up 1% from the year before. And I think part of it is we had already announced that we actually had some positive enhancements within our benefit package. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then how satisfied are you with your current job? Now we did see a decrease here, and as we go through the survey, we'll understand better why. It went down from 86% in 2019 to 73%. It really all in was related to COVID. and everything that we were experiencing. But we'll talk more about that shortly. So here's a lot of questions as well, and this was a yes or no response. If you recall last year, well, in 2019, the question of I understand the village's expectation of pride, personal responsibility in delivering excellence in regards to my behavior and action. In 2019, we had 2 people out of all the ones that responded that said they didn't. But in 2020, every single one of the 660 associates said they understand that. And you know, that's our culture. Day one, when you start with the organization and you're in orientation, the very first thing we talk about is pride, and we explain the importance of pride, and that's what drives us. And this is a program, a culture, now it's embedded in us. We rolled this out in 2014 and it's still going strong. We live and breathe it every day. We have pride cards, we have pride events. It's a phenomenal culture, and we all embrace that. And 660 associates said they embrace it as well. I feel loyal to my immediate team or work group, 99%, same as the previous year. I often leave work feeling good about the work I did, 98%. And then the next one, I'm passionate about the work I currently am doing, 97. When you feel loyal, good about the work, and passionate about the work that you do, that's what drives you to perform at the highest level, to come back to work, to make a difference in the workplace. And we're so very fortunate to have associates that understand pride and feel good about the work that they do, and they want to come and make a difference. The next one, I feel I personally make a difference here, 97% as well. And my immediate supervisor sets a good example of behaviors and actions, 96%. You see this trend of relationships that associates have with their supervisor, and how high the responses are and how important that is in the workplace. I would recommend John Knox Village as a great place to work, 96%. Phenomenal. I have friends at work, 96%. That's great too. When you have friends at work, you enjoy being there and spending time with coworkers. Maybe you get an opportunity to go on break with each other or have lunch with each other. That friendship is what helps this whole entire feeling of a great place to work, why you want to be an associate at John Knox Village, why you want to be part of our community. I believe that John Knox Village is living up to its missions and goals, 96%. That's up 3% from 2019. Here's one of my favorite questions. Do you see yourself working for us a year from now? 96%, and that's up a percentage from the previous year. Phenomenal. It's about retention because people love being here. At work, I have the opportunity to use my skill set every day. Up 2% from the previous year. We hit 96%. Trust. I trust my leadership, 96%. Nice big increase of 5% from the previous year. So important to trust who you're working with, trust the leadership team, trust the organization. Is your performance measured appropriately? 95%, up 3% from the year before. Do you feel safe and comfortable in your work environment? We did take a drop there by 3%. And I will tell you, this was one of our highlighted questions. So if we had someone respond no to this question, we got immediate feedback. When an associate takes a survey, we get their responses immediately. It's not a delay. So we would get an email. The email would come to myself and Tricia Pepper, who is the employment and recruitment manager on my team, and we would reach out to that supervisor to say, please go and talk with your associate, find out how we can make them feel comfortable. And I'm sure we all realize that the reason we had a drop in it was because people were fearful of COVID. COVID had such uncertainty around it, so many unknowns. People were nervous, but they came to work because they wanted to come and serve. So we were able to touch base with the associates right away. We didn't have to wait until the survey was completely over. And that meant a lot to associates as well, that we're hearing them and that we care. Do you feel appreciated for the job that you do? 92%, which is up 4% from the previous year. Do you feel your organization cares about you as an associate? 91%, up 2% from the previous year. And at work, my opinion counts, 91%. That's a 6% increase from the previous year. And this all flows in together. Their opinion counts, the passion about the work that they do, feeling loyal, having a great relationship with their supervisor. This all folds into an overall sense of, I want to be at John Knox Village, and I feel good about the organization that I work for the people that I work with. And then in the last year, have you had an opportunity to learn and grow? 90%. We had a 1% decrease, and again, we linked that because we didn't have as many opportunities to do as much as we usually did because of COVID. And here's our COVID questions. How would you rate your organization's communication to keep you informed during the pandemic? 84% of our associates felt that they basically kept them fully informed. We had a lot of communication. I know we did through the e-blast as well. We had a lot of ongoing communications. How would you rate your organization's communication with you regarding how to care for residents, patients, clients during the pandemic? 80% felt they were fully informed. Overall, how prepared are you to care for residents, patients, clients with known or suspected COVID-19? 60% felt that they were very prepared. And then this last question, this was a question that we really wanted to focus on to help associates. As I said earlier, COVID brought so many unknowns to the workplace. Fear, uncertainty, what's next? Will I get it? What does that look like? Overall, how stressed do you feel as an employee during the COVID-19 pandemic? 68% of our folks had a higher level of stress. To be expected, but we wanted to address it. And we reached out to associates. How can we help you? What can we do to bring your stress level down? Of course, we have our Employees Assistance Program. We continually communicated the access of that. We sent out weekly emails on meditation and yoga, eating right, exercise. We even worked with our fitness team and asked them if they would start recording some of their fitness classes so we could let our associates utilize that too. They did a great job, as they always do, and we actually uploaded those recordings onto MyJKV so associates could focus on themselves as well. We allowed for associates that did not feel comfortable during the heightened part of COVID. If they said, I'm really not comfortable at work, can I take a leave of absence? We allowed for that to take place because we don't want to lose our associates. We wanted them to do what they needed to do to take care of themselves and their families. The school shut down, so we had some of our associates that didn't have daycare, or they were trying to help their children take classes virtually. So again, we're able to allow for a leave of absence. So all in all, when we think about the results, we're very, very pleased with the results during the year of COVID. And as I said, these 4 questions will be asked again this December when we take this survey. And it'll be interesting to see how things have changed. But our main focus is not just at survey time, it's at every single day. How do we build community? How do we build relationships? How do we make sure our associates feel welcome? And some of that is our employer of choice initiatives. So we want to continue to be considered a great place to work. We want associates to come to work in a place that they feel good about. And we want them to understand it's one community. It's not a community of associates, and it's not a community of residents. It's one community. We work where our residents live. We're working in their home, so we need to be working in one community. Job security. Not a single associate lost their position. While some of the offerings that we had, for example, our fitness team, while we couldn't hold in-person classes, we had positions. When our salons had to close down for a period of time, we had positions. And our 3 fitness instructors, they worked with the grounds team and they loved it. They loved being out there, loved getting their hands in the dirt. They loved it. We had a lot of folks that helped out in housekeeping, various different, but we were so very fortunate compared to so many other organizations. Not one person was let go because of the pandemic. We want people to feel empowered and know that they have the autonomy to do the job, to recommend different ways to doing the job, to make decisions. And we also want to make sure that they feel appreciated, respected, and supported at all times. An opportunity for growth. I'm thrilled to say that just in the last year and a half, we've had over 15 internal promotions. Our most recent one, as we've heard, is Rodney McBride is retiring, but Anthony Colombato has been promoted, and in June will step into that position. We've had many promotions. Billy and Dave over in grounds, Brian Apoka, over EMS and public safety. So we've had a lot of promotions. We want them to feel committed to the organization and that we're committed to them. We want them involved. Continual positive relationships with each other. We want them to feel that there's a good work-life balance. And it's a culture for performance, that we appreciate and recognize what you do each and every day, that there's a fairness in our organization, and that we recognize that. And we do a lot of that great recognitions with our Pride program and even outside of that. So a couple of things that we want to make sure that we continue to focus on. We have all heard that out in the marketplace, we've got the Walmarts and the Targets and the Hobby Lobbies that are going to $15 an hour. And we need to be mindful of that when we're looking at our entry-level pay for positions. We want to be competitive with our employee benefits. Again, the work-life balance and flexibility in scheduling when we can. That culture, the JKV culture, every single day, everything that we do, we need to remember pride, respectful, teamwork, compassionate, integrity, positive attitude, empowered, accountable, excellence, and knowledgeable. And again, that empowerment and autonomy that allows the associate to have control over and shape one's work, resulting in an associate who performs at their best. And empower the associates, the results in a stronger job performance, job satisfaction, commitment to the organization, and high employee engagement, which ultimately leads to lower turnover. And the opportunity for growth, we still have our Pathways program for our CNAs, our CMTs, our RNs, our EMTs, and our paramedics. I'm thrilled to say we actually had 12 health services associates that started a new CNA program just this Monday, past Monday, and we had 8 CNAs that started the CMT program. And so they'll both be graduating in the June timeframe, where this shows a commitment on our part to help them develop and remain a part of our active community. And Fundamentals of Leadership, that's a 11 series program for individuals that are stepping into a new leadership role or have been identified as an up-and-comer, a new leader. And we're looking at ways, what can we do to maybe have a John Knox Village University? Don't know yet, still working on it, but the ball is rolling there. We're trying to see what we can do. So with that is my presentation, and I want to thank you, Fran, for allowing me to come and visit with you and all of you through YouTube, I guess, so.
Yes, well, I think it was very thorough, very thorough.
Thank you.
And it's obvious that we are doing something right, not just from the survey, but I've talked to associates that have been here 20, 30, even 40 years. So it's very obvious that we're doing something right. And Laurie, you mentioned pride cards and pride several times. And as residents, we can easily let associates know that we appreciate what they're doing with one of these cards. You can get them from the concierge or from the area manager, or you can go on JKB Life and fill it out online and send it in. It's very easy to do, and I think they really do appreciate it, don't they?
They absolutely do. I was part of delivering 2 pride cards to 2 members of my human resources team this morning. So, and they were just beaming. They were so happy to receive them and be acknowledged.
Great. Okay. Our next meeting will be, our next presentation will be in June, and it will be Gail Benet, president of the John Knox Foundation, and she's going to have a lot of information about the upcoming gala and the fundraiser. So we hope you'll tune in then, and thank you for watching today.